So this is a clip from Sam Altman that he talks about the he kind of says the quiet part out loud, which is kind of unusual for Sam Altman. But like you said, he's been more and more open about it. Sam Altman says the quiet part out loud here, and I want to hear what Startup Hacks what Startup Hack thinks about this, as well as what you guys think down in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah, definitely leave comments. We love comments while he's getting this up. My favorite thing is when people leave comments.
Are you able to? Let me share this one. There we go. Okay, cool. You should be. Are you able to see that now?
Yep.
Cool. All right, let's play it.
Certainly need a legal or a policy framework for AI. One example that we've been thinking about a lot, and this is like maybe not quite what you're asking. This is like a very human-centric version of that question. People talk about the most personal shit in their lives to ChatGPT. It's, people use it, young people especially, like use it as a therapist, a life coach, having these relationship problems. What should I do? And right now, if you talk to a therapist or a lawyer or a doctor about those problems, there's like legal privilege for it. There's doctor-patient confidentiality, there's legal confidentiality, whatever. And we haven't figured that out yet for when you talk to ChatGPT. So if you go talk to ChatGPT about your most sensitive stuff, and then there's like a lawsuit or whatever, like we could be required to produce that. And I think that's very screwed up. I think we should have like the same concept of privacy for your conversations with AI that we do with a therapist or whatever. And no one had to think about that even a year ago. And now I think it's this huge issue of like, how are we going to treat the laws around this?
Well, do you think there should be like kind of like a slowing things down before we move there, kind of? Because yeah, that is kind of wild. It's one of the reasons I get scared sometimes to use certain AI stuff, because I don't know how much personal information I want to put in, because I don't know who's going to have it.
I think we need this point addressed with some urgency. And the policymakers I've talked to about it like broadly agree. It's new, and now we got to do it quickly. Do you talk to ChatGPT?
I don't talk to it that much.
Because of this.
I think it is. It's because it's like,
I think it makes sense.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and stop the clip there. I'm actually surprised that Sam Altman said that out loud, because it's what a lot of people are thinking. So I have a couple of questions. One, should there be AI client confidentiality? And two, is this just ChatGPT? Is this all AI? And three, like, what do you do about it?
So here's the problem, is that we have tons of regulations around how IT, or about, how IT companies run, right? And part of that is that we have to retain logs. So there's HIPAA, there's SOC, there's all these, various high trust, there's all these various things. And in that case, because they're actually now talking about patient data, this is what would fall under high trust, right? So this is a security level at which you have to be maintaining logs, you have to be maintaining data, you have to be maintaining records, and in secure ways, because they're getting slapped with a whole bunch of lawsuits right now because they didn't retain data, and they were saying, well, we can't because it's, privacy and all this stuff. And it went all the way up, and the lawsuits came down and said, no, you have to still follow best IT practices. And so he's upset about that because he wants to be above the law. That's one of the things you'll definitely know about Altman. He definitely thinks he's above the law. So the problem of this is this would be Pandora's box. Like if these guys got to get away with saying, oh, wait, it's private, so therefore we can't be storing this and all this stuff, they would be getting away with murder. Quite literally, actually. They would be able to have a blank check to do whatever they want. And that's terrifying for companies with this much processing power, with a processing power that the world has literally never seen before. These AI companies have more processing than we have ever harnessed into power before, and they would be allowed to just run free. And so I, for one, think it's a terrible idea. And privacy experts out there and so it's a difficult thing, because yes, we need to be able to set up rules and structure around it. But at the same time, his whole premise is, hey guys, you better be careful, because if whatever you say could get subpoenaed. And that's true. But that's kind of a good thing. Now, it's a good and a bad, and I understand both. And so we could probably take a whole podcast on this, because Altman doesn't want that. He doesn't want to be controlled. That's the long and short of it. He does not want to be put on a leash, and this one thing will put them on a leash more than almost anything else.
Being able to having to turn over records. So you're not a fan of having like AI client confidentiality?
It should follow the exact same practices that HIPAA and high trust use today. And he doesn't like being held to that.
Got it. Okay. So you're saying if he wants to have that privilege, it requires a lot more effort on his end.
Absolutely.
Got it.
They can be very flippant with the data right now, which they are, and every AI company is. They're extremely flippant with their data security practices. It's very easy to get AI to spit back out information. And so, like, I, for one, would never put anything into the public cloud. Like, I build all my stuff on prem if you need data to stay secure. So what you're going to see is you're going to see specific, and this is part of the bubble bursting. You're going to see industries niche down who are going to become an AI therapist because they're going to follow all of those HIPAA and high trust practices. And then that is when you could go talk to, could it be subpoenaed into a court? Yeah, that's true for even your therapist, though. Your therapist can actually eventually be subpoenaed if it got high enough, right? Those things can happen. So, but then it would fall under that law. By trying to become everything, ChatGPT can never do that.